Hey you guys, welcome back to the Cher Effect. Today I'm going to be microneedling in what I call my problem area. That's the area when you look at yourself, you sort of see the most signs of aging, loss of collagen, maybe some laxity. That would be the area around my mouth. I thought, you know what? I'm going to really focus. Now, a lot of times when I do a microneedling session, I say I'm just going to focus on one area. I end up doing my whole face because I just want to have those effects everywhere. But I'm specifically focusing here today. I thought, why not go ahead and film it? Because what I want to do is also chat with you whenever I point out like problem area, brings up the thought about body dysmorphia, our thoughts about our own beauty in the world. I would love to share with you guys. If that sounds good, go ahead. Grab something to drink or eat. Put me on the background if you want. You may be interested in the microneedling or just the chat about our beauty in the world. Today I am really targeting these signs of aging and loss of collagen around my mouth with this House of PLLA. This is a specific for microneedling solution, and the ingredient in here is PLLA, the same ingredient that's in Sculptra. Now, do I think I'm going to get Sculptra-like, effects? Of course I am not. I am at home and I am doing a low-level microneedling session on myself, but the ingredients in here are a lovely, perfect blend for microneedling infusion. We've got the PLLA, same ingredient found in Sculptra. Now, we're not going to be going as deep as a Sculptra injection. We have also growth factors in here. Lovely. And guess what we have? Volufiline. Volufiline is that French plant extract that has been thought by some people to increase volume. I thought this would be a great opportunity to go ahead and see if I can address some of my loss of collagen and just firmness and volume in this area. Now, we need to set our expectations. We know that with at-home microneedling, it's over a long time. I've been doing this for 12 years. Nothing is going to be a bang up one vial and I've got filler in my lips. But over time, it's that additive effect. It's those multiples of stacking of habits, I think, that makes the difference. Let's get started. So my area is clean. I am clean. My skin is clean. I have eye makeup on, but nothing on my skin. And I will go over my skin with alcohol, which sounds aggressive, but it's a way to make sure that I'm really working on a clean skin. I am working on myself. I have a clean area. I'm using alcohol. I'm going to alcohol my area that I'm needling and everything that comes into contact with my skin. So I've got the Dr. Pin BioPin. I use this because I love the cartridge heads. I'm using the 14 needle head, which is less. I think the next one up might be 25. We want to use a less needle head for medical microneedling. It more effectively gets a little bit deeper. If you're doing cosmetic needling or something like that, the 25 is nice. Sometimes I use the 25 just to sort of be a little easier on my skin. I definitely take a very low and slow approach to microneedling. So I've got my 14 needle head. I've got my House of PLLA solution, which I'll be adding in. But what I also have is a nice mineral water with the ordinary copper tripeptides. So I'll just be spraying this on after and all through the evening. I'm not going anywhere. My skin will not see the sun for at least 24 hours, even with SPF on. So I'm going to douse it in my copper tripeptides. There are also growth factors in here, so lots of good stuff in this solution. One thing that aesthetics professionals, dermatologists, plastic surgeons, I never hear it anywhere, but lidocaine, numbing treatment, actually suppresses stem cells coming to the wound site once you've had a treatment. So it's actually kind of tamping down the healing process somewhat. I don't like that. I don't actually like numbing cream at all. I don't like it on my skin. I don't want to take the chance of microneedling it in. But I thought, this is going to be a really spicy area. And today I'm going to try icing. So when I come back on, my face is probably going to be red. But I'm going to try icing and seeing if I can go a little bit deeper. By a little bit deeper, I mean if I can go up to 1 millimeter. I'll never go any deeper than a millimeter. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think we have to do that to spark that healing cascade. But let me see if I can numb up a little bit, and I can see I have a breakout right there. Let me see if I can numb up a little bit and how close to 1 millimeter I can get. I probably, like you, love and follow lots of derms and plastic surgeons and professionals and, really heed their advice and their thoughts. But here's one thing that I am so tired of hearing. They'll do like a ranking of different things. And often we will hear this. Well, I really wouldn't recommend that because the results are so subtle. Well, the results are really going to be very subtle. Okay, compared to a $250,000 facelift, everything is subtle. Okay, everything I do on my skin is subtle. But back to my habit stacking and routines, and the reason I do everything I do is the multiples of the day by day by day activity of skincare. Yes, even microneedling over 12 years. Subtle, perhaps, but subtle can be pushing back the aging process or staving off the aging process so that the skin maybe is, having some changes over time, but not the big hits of aging that I don't think that we all just need to accept that are coming down. So I'm tired of, I don't recommend that because it's just subtle results. Well, we're not all going to go in and get a professional treatment for everything. Red light therapy, subtle, but amazing over time. Microneedling, subtle, but amazing. And tretinoin, I can't imagine what my skin would look like without tretinoin. Sometimes I've used retinol, but I'm pretty devoted to tretinoin. I can't imagine how much more aged my skin, what a lower level of collagen I would have without it. So miss me with the subtle results thing. Okay, everything I'm doing is subtle results. But look, if you're doing in this area, and you're also moving, and you're eating well, and you're getting collagen, you need some protein in your diet, you're doing some red light therapy, you're exercising, you're drinking water, you're doing some of these skin treatments that we can do within our own hands and with our own budget. Yeah, I'll take subtle. I'll take that because I am not signing up for plastic surgery, and I don't judge anyone who does, just not what I will be doing on this planet. So I love that I can do things subtle but constant over time. I can tell from the little bit of redness, I got a really good little controlled wounding along the jawline, all around the mouth. I do go up to the border of the lips because I want that volufiline, growth factors, and the PLLA to get in there. And of course, now that I have this open, I'm going to work on the 11s, forehead lines, and around, I'm going to end up doing the whole face. So I got all my target areas. That feels so good. Do you guys always sneeze when you do between the eyebrows? Oh my God, I always have a sneezing fit. So a couple of things I'm going to do, of course, for the rest of the evening, for the next 24 hours, I'm going to do as little as possible. I'm going to go ahead and use my copper Tri-Peptides and keep my skin just moisturized. I'll do some red light therapy, no actives. I probably won't even really put anything on my skin tonight. Tomorrow I'll do gentle things. Vitamin C probably is okay, but I'll see what my skin looks like. Other than that, just some moisture and SPF if I even go out in the sun for a minute. I just realized here I am talking at the camera with my beat up face, but let's just keep it going. Okay, as far as our body dysmorphia, and I say our because I feel like it's a human condition, or at least a modern world, maybe we can say Western world, but I don't even know if it's, exclusive to the Western world. It seems we've always compared ourselves to the ideal beauty. As a child of the 70s and 80s, there was obviously no social media. I had grave body dysmorphia starting in my teenage years and was basically diagnosable, not that anybody was diagnosing, with an eating disorder from about 16 till 25. I struggled with that. I still struggle with it. I think most of us struggle with it all the time. I think we can do the best that we can to try to gently pull ourselves back and stop comparing ourselves to images which are probably edited, filtered, and everything else. When we get into the business of searching or chasing someone else's aesthetic, I think that's where we get this sort of, I think they call it Instagram face. Honestly, it is a sort of a phenomenon where I've seen women that they begin to all sort of look like each other because here's the thing, are we looking at beauty or are we looking at treatments? And that's the question I like to ask myself. I absolutely can be captivated by someone's aesthetic beauty and get really caught up in it and go, oh my God, look at her lip, the way it flips up and this and that and the fullness and then I ask myself, am I attracted to that person's beauty? Probably not, because I don't even know them. I don't get any sense of their energy or spirit, personality or interests or critical thinking or their intelligence. So I don't know them, but am I attracted to the beauty or am I attracted to the actual treatments? Like the way the eye looks, the way the lip looks, the way the flip. So when I bring it down to, oh, I'm attracted to those aesthetic treatments that they've had, yeah, that looks good. Fuller lips a lot of times look good if they're done well. A nice shortened flipped lip gives a more youthful look. Yes, it does. Some of them are done really poorly, but some of them are really good. And yeah, not having wrinkles and crinkles and, it can have a beautiful look. But I don't want to be in the business of envying treatments because I've already said to myself, well, I'm not doing those anyway. Those are not on the list. Those are not on the table for me. And I think that someone who does have more come from a place of a sort of pretty fair amount of body dysmorphia, like myself, like a lot of us, I think we really want to be cautious about treatments because the feeling that we're chasing and the self-acceptance and the beauty coming from within is not going to be found in any of these treatments. And for those people, we've seen them who have enough money to do a lot of them, they're no happier. We know that. And eventually, I think it sort of turns. And we've all seen that too. So, are you envious of someone's beauty? Are you envious of their treatments? I love asking myself that and then thinking about, the people who I find really beautiful are like funny and smart and bring an energy into the room. And they may be smiling and, all kinds of like, crow's feet and whatever is happening in their aesthetic. It's captivating is the person that they've developed inside. So we definitely want to be putting enough or as much or more energy into that person inside and our own development as we do into the aesthetics. So here's my skin 5 days post microneedling. After the second night, I personally was able to go back to Tret use. Now that's very personal, depends on your skin, the shape it's in, but I'm good at that point to go ahead and start using my Tret, vitamin C, and that type of thing again. There's two things I'm going to do to support this target area that I'm working on. One of them is Truth Treatment Systems Transdermal Balm. I'm out of it. I have it in the mail to me right now. It is such a beautiful balm, and especially for this area. By the time I'm ready to hit bed, what I've put on my Tret has already worn off from like brushing and rinsing and flossing and drinking water. So last thing, I'm going to use the transdermal balm all in this area. It locks it in this beautiful moisture. It's a retinol and see, it's such a beautiful, beautiful formulation. I like it everywhere, but I'm going to really focus it around the lips. The other thing, I'm keeping lip balm on constantly. I love this one. I love one that has peptides in it. This is that Circadia one, very well priced. Keeping that on just all throughout the day. So thanks to microneedling and Tret, I haven't worn foundation in years. I've got a little bit of tinted SPF on and some powder bronzer, but I don't feel the need to like heavily cover, and I don't feel that I have to with the benefits from microneedling. Also, you know, I did go ahead and do my neck. I'm really working on this area. Really keep collagen firing over time in this area. It's so hard for me to use any retinol on my neck. Very, very sensitive. So I did include that in my microneedling. It's looking good. I'll probably bring and use that transdermal balm down here too, because it's very, very gentle. So thanks for hanging out, guys. If you have any questions or you want to just say hi to me down in the comments, I'll meet you down there. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.